you and the team feeling for tomorrow?
We're feeling really good. I think we're in a good place. Like, we had fun last night. It was Salvo's birthday. So we had like a little party bus and like all their songs. And I think it was just like decompressing a little bit and having fun. Last week took a lot out of us, with the high and the stress and the disappointment of losing that game on Thursday. Then, Saturday, UCLA, that was a tough weekend. But I think we know we've been playing good basketball. I think we're going to bounce back really strong. And there's a great opportunity tomorrow. And the reality is this game probably has a lot of implications. And we're young and we know that. So we're either going to show up and do well or, we're not. So I think this is a whole new season, which I explained to them. And it's completely different. It feels different. It looks different. And it's a chance to get hot and do some special things.
Can you get a feel out of that workout today about where they are mentally?
I think they're really good mentally, as good as we can get. After a loss, but I think we'll respond. On Saturday, I was a little concerned because I think just like fatigued, I think mentally and physically, but I think we're refreshed. We're definitely not tired from practice because we're just doing like an hour walkthrough. And I think we're ready. I think they're excited. I think they know this is an important game. I think we have confidence against Washington. We know they're good, but I think we also think we have some strengths that will make it difficult for them. So I think we're in a good place. I don't think it's going to get any better for our personnel and what we have.
What is, you've beat them once before.
Yeah.
It was a crazy game.
Even the first game, we should have won that game.
Right,
that was a big mistake.
So, what is kind of the key to get a win tomorrow?
The key is discipline, and it's funny because I think most players don't want to play a team like Washington because it's like methodical, they do a really good job. It's hard to guard, and you have to guard for 28 seconds. It's always, for a player, it's hard when you're guard, and it's like a last second layup is the most annoying thing as a player. So I think from a player's perspective, it's hard because you have to be disciplined and for a long time, and multiple cuts, a lot of movement. Players have a tough time with that. But I think also, if you think of Isis, she played really well against them. As Mary Brea, they've had success, and they also know that they have to guard us. And I think that they have a tough time guarding us too. So I think on one end we have to guard them outside, and on the other end they have to guard us. So I think the defense is going to be really important. How we defend them, the pressure we put on the perimeter, and our discipline is going to be key tomorrow.
You've talked about Helena forever, but for her to make all Pac-12 in her final season has to make you proud.
It's very proud, and I'm telling you, when I first recruited Helena, she could not play defense. Her defense was awful. I remember recruiting her and saying, Salvo, she's good offensively, but there is no way she can play our defense. He was like, we work with her, she's smart, and I was like, she is on siesta defensively. I really said that, she was not good, and you guys remember her first year. But then she's so smart, she's a great kid, she's coachable, she got better and better. And you guys even remember 4 years ago she was not a good defender. And then she got a little better, and then she just went like this and skyrocketed, I'd say probably her third year. But she wasn't as good as now, and now she's a phenomenal defender. She's so smart. She's not the fastest, not the most athletic, but she's smart. She uses her hands, she uses her length, and she has a high IQ. And she was a finalist for Defensive Player of the Year. So there was one of three, which I was really proud of. I didn't tell her that yet, but that's a huge thing from where she came from. No one would have ever thought that. And she doesn't fit the prototype for a typical good defensive player, right? If you look at her, look at everybody else on the list. Usually fast, athletic, she's not like that. And she's super skilled offensively. She is a great player, and she's going to have a great pro career, and I think she'll go into a WNBA camp.
And what does it say about your program now that you've developed three players, Ari McDonald, Sam Thomas, and Helena Puello, into players that are top, not only just top of the league, but some of the best defenders in the nation?
I think it says a lot, but also her buy-in and keeping the players that long. And nowadays it's hard to keep players that long, but it's their want to be better. And their want. So if there's buy-in and want, you're going to improve here. But you have to have that mentality, and she's had that, and she's had that for 5 years. But I think where it's going to pay off for her is money. She's going to be, when you're a good player professionally, like overseas or WNBA, when you can play both ends of the floor, you're very valuable and she'll make a lot of money. So I think we're proud of the growth of her, but I'm more proud of the growth off the court. When she first came here, she did not say a word. She barely said thank you in English. And now to watch her as my captain and the team leader, a connector, vocal, playing the point guard, she came in as a 3, playing the 1, 2, 3, 4 for us now. She's just changed in so many ways, so I'm so proud of her. Like, I think I'm proud of all those things first. She was hard to recruit. I could barely, I had to do Google Translate. And Salva, we translate this. I'm just, but then to watch her now, it's like kind of the transition and the changes that Sam Thomas made. But even more so because of the language barrier and stuff and her game. Like, Sam was always a really good athlete, good defender. Helena's game completely changed. You guys can even attest to that. And now she shoots, so I love that even more.
How about having the crowd here at Wildcat